All right, guys. So I stumbled across this clip that I just had to share because it is a example of how you should respond to race baiting reporters, especially if you happen to be non-white and these reporters try to ask you a question to make you say certain things that they think you're supposed to say because you're not white. And Todd shut down some race baiting reporters, I think yesterday in a press conference when asked about him going up against Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, who also is black. And of course, because the mainstream liberal media has been making a big deal about the lack of black head coaches in the NFL, which in my opinion is a media manufactured issue. That's not an actual real issue, especially to those players probably, because what they probably care about more than anything is winning, not the skin color of their coach. But again, Todd Bowles gave the perfect answer when asked about how he feels about facing another black head coach in an NFL game. Take a look.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with him and your thoughts on Steve Wilks joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
But you also understand that representation matters too, right? And that when young aspiring coaches or even football players, they see you guys, they see someone that looks like them, maybe grew up like them, that has to mean something.
Well, when you say you see you guys and look like them and grow up like them, it means that we're oddballs to begin with. And I think the minute you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will as well.
Facts. Facts. That is the perfect response. Once you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will. Which is exactly why I said the whole black head coach problem in the NFL is 100% created by the media. It's not really an issue. It's not really an issue. Okay? And I'm not saying that the best coach gets hired every time, but what I'm saying is that if black coaches can coach, right, teams will hire them. Okay, they will. They will get opportunities. Okay? Stop trying to force something down somebody's throat that's unnecessary. And it's funny because, again, they only do this when it comes to this subject right here of race of NFL head coaches, because there's a disparity. But they don't give a damn about the disparity when it comes to white people actually playing on the team, right? Actually white NFL players. Do you think the media would ever ask Christian McCaffrey if he was going against another white running back? I don't think they would, despite the fact that there is a disparity. Okay, there's a disparity. Chris McCaffrey is the only white running back. In fact, again, across the whole league, there's a disparity in the sense that the amount of white players doesn't match the population, which I thought that that's what the left was concerned about. They wanted all representation to be at least equal to the population, right? Because they do that in corporate America. They say, look, black people are 13% of the population. That means that black people need to be at least 13% of your organization. If you don't have at least 13% of your organization being black, you're racist. You're racist, right? But again, for whatever reason, where you have a league who has 70% black or so-called people of color and about a quarter to 30% white, when the population as a large, I think we're, 50 to 60% white country? Why are we not asking questions about the disparity? What are we doing to have more white players in the NFL? Oh, wait, no. They got to compete, right? They actually have to have merit, okay? You have to have merit. But when it comes to black players, though, who are overrepresented, oh, well, we don't need to ask any questions about why there's so many black players in the NFL. That's just the way it's supposed to be, right? Those disparities don't matter. Again, it really blows my mind which ones matter and which ones don't. They do the same thing in the NBA. Most of the whole league is black. Oh, they don't have enough black head coaches. It's like, bruh, Do y'all just want everything to be black? Okay, you just want the whole thing to be black? If that's the case, then buy your own league, right? Go start your own league. Because after the coaches, after all of them become black, then they're going to say all the general managers got to be black, all the owners got to be black. We know exactly where this is going, right? We know exactly where this is going. And if that's the end game, buy your own league. Get your own league, right? That's the quickest, fastest, most efficient way to get there, okay? But otherwise, stop complaining about this. It will work itself out if there's an actual problem. Look what happened to quarterback. They was complaining about that a few years ago, about 10, 15 years ago. Why are there not more black quarterbacks in the NFL? Well, guess what happened to the NFL? The NFL evolved where the NFL tends to have more athletic quarterbacks. They have more athletic quarterback play, right? They adopted more college-style offenses. And then guess what? You had more so-called quarterbacks of color in the league, right? Where to the point now, I think, at least 4 out of 5 of the top 5 paid quarterbacks in the NFL are so-called people of color. That problem worked itself out because of the market, right? There was a market for quarterbacks that just happened to be more athletic. And the more athletic quarterbacks tend to be better prospects at this point, regardless of your skin color. I mean, look at Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, hey, he's white and he's very athletic. He's very big and he can run, okay? He can run fast. He can run with the best of them, okay? So I'm just saying, if there's actually an issue, it will work itself out. But see, this reporter here, I want you guys to notice what she did. When Todd Bowles basically said, look, we don't see race. Like, we're just coaching each other. We're just playing ball, right? Which anybody who has played football knows that when you get on the field, race does not exist, right? Race is the last thing on your mind because the only thing that you're worried about is the man across the line of scrimmage. That's it. Doesn't matter what his race is because regardless of that, he's my opponent, right? And that is going to be my opponent, my enemy for the next 60 minutes. That's the only thing that's on your mind. That's what's on Todd Bowles' mind. I need to outcoach Mike Tomlin for 60 minutes, right? That is the only thing this man is thinking about. He's not thinking about his skin color. He's not thinking about his race. He's not thinking about the social justice woke implications of him being another black head coach. But that reporter, though, thinks that, this is an important thing. You're supposed to come out here and say what the woke narrative is. You're supposed to come out here and say that, this is so great for young black boys, for them to see 2 black head coaches, 2 black men coaching against each other. It's so great. The next thing we need to do is win a Super Bowl. Once we win a Super Bowl, little black boys will grow up and want to be head coaches, and then we'll have a whole league full of head coaches that are black. That's what the liberal reporter wants him to say, right? And you see how when he didn't say that, she tried to whip him back in line. This is what liberals do. Well, no, you're supposed to say that, right? You didn't say the right thing, right? But as a person of color, as a black man, you're supposed to say the liberal woke talking points, right? Okay? That's what they do. That's the proverbial whipping that they do when you don't fall in line. They tell you that because of your skin color, you're supposed to talk about how important this is for representation purposes, right? But again, Todd Bowles flipped it back on her and said, look, the fact that we're even having this conversation in the first place automatically assumes that I'm an oddball, that I'm not supposed to be in this position, okay? Which again, that's the beauty of this statement from Todd Bowles. You're assuming that I don't belong because I'm black. You're the one that's being racist, right? Trying to woke virtue signal has revealed your racism because the only reason she asked that question is because Todd Bowles is black. If Todd Bowles was white, she would not be asking that question, which again assumes that Todd Bowles is an oddball, that he's not supposed to be there because he's inherently inferior to the white coaches, according to this woke journalist. That is what's going through her mind. She's just looking at it out of the lens of race. This is why she asked this racialized question. But what she doesn't realize, this woke journalist, is that her asking that question is why it's not normal, right? Because again, if you want to normalize something, you want to normalize black head coaches in the NFL, then you need to start acting like being a black NFL head coach is normal, right? That's how that works. That's how that works. But again, in 2022, for whatever reason, the idea of treating people equally, regardless of their race, as a way to achieve equality is a foreign idea. That idea has been rejected by the left in favor of an anti-racist ideology that calls for people to treat people differently based off the color of their skin, right? That is being perpetuated now as how we're supposed to achieve equity, which we know is not equality. And people who are not racist, they don't want equity. They want equality. And equality is treating people the same regardless of their skin color. If you want to normalize black head coaches in NFL, then start treating black head coaches the same way you treat white head coaches. I guarantee you the problem will go away, right? The race problem will fix itself because you wouldn't ask questions like this, right? You wouldn't be asking questions like this. We wouldn't be having conversations about this stuff. That's how you fix the problem, right? Treat everybody the same. A radical idea in this country. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.